I'm here to show you how to use the key features of the Data Analysis Toolkit, and in this video we'll look at control charts. In the last video I pasted in data from a production report, and I'm going to make an individual and moving range chart first. I select the link for control charts and choose the column that I want to make the chart from. In this case it's the first one, day shift production. The individual and moving range chart is obviously used when you have individual values, but often you have data in subgroups. To use that facility, you'll need to enter the subgroup size here. I'm going to pick 3 just for an illustration. And as you'll see, the individual and moving range chart empties because that's no longer relevant, and the XBAR R chart is active instead. So everything I'm going to show you works equally for both of these charts. I'm going to stick with the IMR chart for now. You'll see that there are several special causes. Well, I happen to know that this particular day with a very low result was the result of a significant production stoppage to attend a senior management meeting. So I'm going to take that point out because it's going to affect the control limit calculations. You can see that the lower control limit here is 211.09, and to exclude that point from the calculations I click the data entry button and find the data point, there it is, and put any non-blank character in this column that's headed exclude from control charts. Now I go back and you can see that the lower control limit has changed to 212.73, and the upper control limit and mean have had a similar small adjustments to them. The point is still displayed, of course. We're not trying to hide anything, but it's no longer distorting the calculation of the control limits. Now there's quite a few other special causes here, and in fact what happened was that on the 13th of February we introduced a productivity improvement, and we were expecting to see a shift in the process. What's often used in this situation is a before and after control chart, and I can create that by entering the number of data points in the before stage here. In this case it's 30, and once I've done that, the chart splits into 2 distinct stages, each with their own control limits, and now you can see that apart from that management meeting day the process is in fact quite stable, and we can see the control limits here for the second stage. One more thing that people quite often want to do once they've got a stable process that's working well is to fix the control limits so that the process can't gradually drift and cause the control limits to move. And we have that facility here, so if I type in the upper control limit and the mean and the lower control limit and fix those, you'll see that the chart updates, and now they're going to stay there until we change these numbers or delete them, and that helps us to make the control chart a little bit more sensitive to gradual drifting. So that's covered the control chart features of the toolkit. In the next video I'll look at histograms and process capability.